Alright guys, so I'm just going to go into some details on my new training split, just because I've been getting asked, so I thought let's go for it while I make my breakfast and my morning ritual AM. So currently, well previously, preparing for the British, I was doing push-pull, day off, legs, day off, repeat, biceps with legs, with the rest of the body kind of as was in the normal layout of push-pull, so triceps with shoulders and chest, and then obviously rear delts with back and traps. Worked well, worked really good, but now we're trying to be more specific in terms of what we're trying to develop, because obviously you look back at a show, you analyse your physique, you give yourself an honest an opinion of what you think needs improving and what is perhaps more advanced than other body parts. Not to say that you would then start to neglect strong body parts in order to improve what you'd consider less developed body parts, but it's more about trying to get the frequency correct in order to allow yourself to cause more stimulation on the body parts that need perhaps bringing up, versus the body parts that are very responsive and that could probably be trained less frequently. So I said to Jordan after the British what I want to work on, and he went away, formulated a plan. The plan's a really good plan, and I know a few of the other clients are doing it as well now, so I'm kind of glad that I sparked a creative imagination in Jordan's brain as to how to devise a split that's going to benefit a lot of people, because the guys that are kind of doing the same split as myself are very, very good bodybuilders and have similar strengths and weaknesses to myself, so it'd be really interesting to see how they go as well as myself. Obviously what Jordan does with me is he lets me decide quite a lot of factors in my training, so he set me up basically like a week one of training, and it's like the skeleton. He likes me to keep all the isolation movements the same every week, so every cycle, but what he does like me to do is to adjust the compound movements that we're trying to obviously progressively overload, because if you're doing the same compound workout in, workout out, it's going to be very difficult to improve the actual lift strength after a certain amount of time. You're just going to plateau because of that just general fatigue of doing the same movement over and over again. So I'm currently in the process of choosing what movements I like, and next week will be the first week that I actually do my own movements, because what I've done is 2 weeks of his movements just to familiarise myself with the specific workout template and to see how it feels on my body, and without being egotistical, not trying to lift super heavy at all. I kind of like week one I went in very light, and then I say week one but I mean cycle one, and then cycle two I went in heavier on paper but still light for me, if you know what I mean, because what I'm not trying to do is burn out too quickly. I've done this before where I've jumped back in the gym and felt like Superman because I've eaten a few extra calories and swollen up a little bit, and because everything feels nice and spongy, you think it's going to hold out when you go for them big lifts. It's okay first time, second time, third time, but after a few weeks of doing that, you find your elbows, your shoulders, your knees, your hips all start to fight back a little bit and say, "Mate, what are you doing?" So to avoid that, I'm trying to be, like I say, extra sensible and go down the route of progressively lifting, but within a certain parameter of effort. Probably around like 75% rather than 100. Don't get me wrong, 100 will get hit, but I'm growing and I'm responding off of just being progressive alone rather than maximal lifting. Like, I love maximal lifting, of course it's important, but we can't do it all year round. And if I do want to be able to kind of gel straight into the off season without having a proper break, then I have to be sensible and I have to take into account how my body feels, and I'm going to have to structure it in a manner that means that I'm kind of tapering up a pace that isn't too fast for the body to handle. I hope that makes sense to people. I know, like, obviously everyone's got different philosophies, theories, but it seems to be working. I think it will help with keeping body fat at bay as well, because I think as the weeks go by, I'm slowly intensifying the amount of output I'm having with the lifts being more intense. Because currently they're the least intense. So now is the point where I'm most likely to store, I would say, body fat with the calories I'm on versus the output I have in the gym. But I think I will only get tighter and harder and bigger as I start to really give the lifts everything I've got. Because like you say, it's just those calorie output, and what's more calorific than a big ass working set or two. So that's that. I still do cardio. I'll be doing it after this. I do like 30 minutes steady state on the bike. I just want to keep insulin sensitivity up as good as it can be. I really want to not get too fat. I want things to work. I want carbohydrates to do what they should, and I want to feel healthy. And that is probably the best way for me, by doing that little 30 minutes cardio. It just feels like I'm starting the day right, and that everything is functioning properly, and even the heart is having a little bit of exercise too. Other than that, I throw in a bit of abs and calves every morning now, and which is funny because everyone keeps telling me your calves look like they've grown. So train calves every day, 4 sets. Right, so the split. This is the final thing, because this is what you want to know. So the split, if I'm correct off my head, is day 1 is chest, front delt, side delt, arms. Day 2 is legs. Day 3 is back width with a touch up on biceps. Day 4 is off. Day 5 is chest, shoulders, the same as Monday, but a second variation of movements. Yep. Saturday is back thickness with hamstrings, and that one's the worst workout. So that's where we do some banded deadlifts, banded Romanians, and really that workout's the most taxing. I did that yesterday, and I had to have a few extra calories yesterday just to compensate, I think. So anyway, that's it. I'll catch up with you guys soon. That's just an explanation of what the training is in a minute. And I wanted to keep this video under 10 minutes because otherwise I'd drag on for too long. But anything you want to know, there's going to be loads of content coming out. We're recording from Monday, and I'm really happy to have you guys on board. Thank you very much.